intro music.
We need intro music, actually. You know.
Can you do that?
To Tacos and Crackers.
Oh, can you do intro music?
Yeah, I think we could.
Dude, you need to get some like fucking badass Fiesta music. Oh, or maybe what was the Three Amigos. I'm a little buttercup. Right? That'd be great.
I don't know.
Great
man.
intro music.
It's been a while since I watched that movie.
But
we
welcome to Tacos and Crackers. We are one taco and one cracker right now, but
Mexican American fusion.
Yep, Mexican American fusion. Hopefully, soon will be two tacos, because two is always better than one, and then two crackers at the same time. We don't know where we'll go from there, but sky's the limit, really.
Sky's the limit, man. You said it.
So I'm Ryan, and this is Esteban.
Esteban.
Rian?
Your name is Rian?
Well, your name is just Esteban.
Yeah, Ryan Esteban. We want to welcome you to the Tacos and Crackers, like Ryan said, Mexican American fusion. This is the grand opening. As you can see, our new logo.
Grand fucking opening. So meal it up, bitches.
So what's it going to be about, man, really?
We don't know.
Literally, what have we said that it's going to be about?
It's literally, I guess, the best way I could think about it would be Seinfeld, right? A show about fucking nothing. Because we have no clue. We're going to pull topics out of our ass every day and just talk about them and make them funny and just have good jibber jabber for you to listen to.
Yeah, maybe it won't be funny at this for me, maybe, but it's a good jibber jabber. And I was telling you earlier that I wanted to start with this little story.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell us your story, because you intrigued me.
Yeah.
You said, "Yeah, see this big ass motherfucker, this picture. He's a good buddy of mine. Well, he saved my ass. He works for the government."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, please continue."
So
and then you said nothing else.
No.
So I'm like, "What? He worked for the fucking CIA of Mexico or something?" And
I wanted to save it for here. Big shout out to Eder. Eder, what's up, bro? So I was telling that.
What's up?
What's up, Eder? And by the way, Eder.
What's his name? Eda?
Eder doesn't do steroids.
What's his name?
Shit.
Eda?
I'm using my other eye. His name is Eder. With a D.
Edel?
Eder.
Eder.
E-D-E-R.
Eder.
Holy shit.
Eder. Eder.
Yeah,
Do you have to roll the R? Is that like proper Spanish,
it's
rolling
like,
the R?
You have to emphasize on the first E. Eder.
Air.
No. Eder.
Ed.
I want to give a shout out to Danielle. Danielle.
Hey, Danielle, what's up?
Because she's like you. She cannot pronounce the names.
Danielle. Hey, I'm right there with you. Trying to learn Spanish. We're actually, side note, I'm going to learn Spanish throughout this podcast. By the end of it, I'll be fluent. Just throwing it out there. I've already learned coronavirus. I've learned 7 languages so far since I've been quarantined.
You can say coronavirus, you're practically speaking Spanish. Corona.
Yeah.
Virus.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So, man,
So let's talk about Eder. I can't even. Eder.
You're just butchering it, man. Like
I know. I'm sorry, dude. You're fucking huge, so please don't come beat my ass.
He doesn't do steroids.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Oh, no, nothing. I had something. I actually wanted to save the story. This is a true story.
You got to have a good glass of whiskey for a good story.
I got to have a good Bud Light. You see that? Bud Light.
Hey Bud Light, you owe us money. Or maybe.
What? Cheers.
Yeah, we might actually need to block that out. I don't know. I don't know the rules around these things.
We'll make them as we go. And, man, it's a real quick story. I actually wanted to save it for this. I wanted to tell you about it here.
Please continue.
And, dude, this is a true story. This is February the 14th,
How true
Valentine's
is it?
Day.
Like this true? Or like this true.
Like this true.
That's pretty true.
Like this true. And this is true. Valentine's Day, February the 14th, 2016. Yeah, 2016. That was right before I came to Atlanta. So the thing is that I went to a friend's house. We were all having a get together. What's up?
Where at though?
Oh, in Monterrey. This is all in Mexico.
Okay.
Just a few months before I came here.
So did you already know you were coming here at this time?
No, man. No idea.
Oh, shit.
No
Okay.
idea.
So you're just hanging out with your boys.
Dude,
just
I was
normal life in Monterrey.
hanging out with my boys. I didn't even drink that much, but that night I drank a lot. And I was so excited that because I met a girl and she's fabulous. She's married now, by the way. You know who you are. She's married now, happily married, and we still friends and stuff. She lives in another country now. However, so I met her, and I was so excited that I met her that I just kept drinking with her and the friends. And, you know, it was a good night. So
Did
I
you
got
get
super
like
drunk.
blasted?
I got blasted. No, dude. It
Like
was,
in front of her?
it was bad.
Like,
Yeah,
were you
yeah.
trying to hook up with this girl?
I was not trying to hook up. I was just trying to make a good impression, which, well, she got married. So maybe I didn't.
Well, you know,
I was not very successful at it.
sometimes, you know, you walk that fine line, right? Because the drinks definitely knock the edge off when you're trying to talk to a girl. For the first time, you're like, if you're nervous, they can feel it, right?
Yeah.
But then you have a couple drinks and you're relaxed and you're cool, you're fun. But then you have a couple too many drinks and you just turn into a fucking drunk idiot and you don't know what you're saying or doing. And then that's when it all goes downhill. I've lost girls to that, Ryan.
Yeah.
So you got to walk that fine line of like enough drinks to like keep the edge off, but not too much to like really make an ass out of yourself.
Yeah, I made an ass out of myself. But nah, that's not true.
But we all do it. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
We all, trust me, I've been there at least, I don't know,
60 times.
70s,
Yeah,
maybe 200. I don't know.
I believe it. I do believe it.
I'm
man.
probably doing it right now, actually.
I really did good, really, because I was not like over the top or anything like that. I really just was having a very good time. I drank a lot, and then I drove back home, which
Definitely.
terrible idea. So
And
yeah.
we have a thing called Uber.
Oh, yeah, man. But in Mexico, if you have 100 pesos on your wallet, you can make it.
In
which is
Mexico, you
wrong.
pay them with actual money?
Yeah,
you-
no, we bribe them.
You don't, like, not through the app?
Oh, to the cops?
To Uber.
Oh, no, yeah, we do it, but no, we bribe cops. That's what I wanted to say. Which is totally wrong because you're driving drunk and, you bribe and stuff. You're doing everything wrong. But, that's how life is. I'm sorry to say that. So when I went back home.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. It sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like when I'm watching like an old Western, right? Like kind of lawless. Like there's laws, but there's like ways to bend them and break them. And it sounds great in theory. I think it sounds great in theory, right? Like here you do that shit, your ass is going to jail for a long time.
Oh, no, absolutely.
But down there.
I would never do it here.
Well, I'm not saying down there in particular,
Mexico.
but I'm just saying like with that theory of you can drive drunk and then just bribe the cops. It kind of sounds cool, but I think it sounds cool like life is greener on the other side, right? Like I think once you start living in that, you're like, wow, this lawlessness is kind of crazy because there's a lot of fucked up shit that goes on.
No, it's terrible. You're totally right, and it's totally wrong. It's totally wrong. But the thing is that in some moments you don't care, and especially when you're drinking. And it's totally wrong. It really is super wrong. But if you get here at the DUI, that's another story. So I started driving back home. I was super happy that I had met this girl. I was like, wow, like head over heels, and it was great. So when I went back home, I knew that on certain part of the road there was going to be a blockade because that's what they do. They do blockades and they stop you.
So
and smell your breath.
would that be like the equivalent of here? Like, well, I don't know if it's a blockade, but the one time I did, so I'm going to throw this out there, not proud of it, but I got a DUI, 2006. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
Fortunately, I couldn't bribe my way out like somebody
I
over
didn't
here.
either.
I couldn't do any bribes.
Not there.
So
not there.
I got busted. Got a DUI. Oh, roadblock. That's what it was.
Roadblock.
Yeah.
Yeah, blockade is different.
Yeah. Okay.
Roadblock.
So
You
they are
can do it?
different. So for me, I was driving through Buckhead on what's that road? West Paces. Is that the road? Yeah.
Spaces Ferry.
And I was driving down there, and they just had a GSP had a Georgia State Patrol. Yeah, GSP had a roadblock, and I got nailed.
State Patrol.
Yeah, got nailed, and it sucked. I blew .01 over the legal limit.
Yeah.
.01. Like if I had waited 10 more minutes and had another water.
20, man.
Yeah.
You should've
Yeah,
slid it 20.
GSP, they don't fuck around.
Nah.
What I've heard is they're like the Marines of the cops here in Georgia.
Yeah.
Like they
Georgia.
dot every I and cross every T. Like they don't fuck around. So yeah, I tried offering them blowjobs. Nothing worked. They took me
Really?
straight to jail.
It
Yeah.
usually works with you. I mean,
I
at least
showed
with
them
the
my
homeless.
cleavage. I pulled my hairy chest out, and I guess, I don't know, they weren't into it. Whatever. I got nice hairy chest. So
You also
So-
got nice DUI.
so what's the difference with a blockade versus a roadblock?
No, maybe it was just the wrong word. I should have said roadblock.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Because
the
when you
cops
said
are-
blockade,
yeah.
here's what I imagined. I imagine like the roadblock is a couple cops, right, with their lights on,
and you cannot go.
and you can't. Well, they don't have like barriers. Like you pull up and they wave you. Like the road's clear. Like if I punched the gas, I could have made it through. But then 30 fucking cops
Yeah.
have been chasing me.
They're gonna
So,
6 warning shots in the back.
When you said blockade, what I'm imagining is like literally like concrete cylinder blocks
No.
across the road with like nail strips and dudes with fucking machine guns. Like,
No, that's a cartel thing. No, this is like
is
the
that
cops.
for real?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, holy shit, dude, that's
No,
crazy.
actually, it's a roadblock. You're right. So the cops are on the lanes and they stop you and smell your breath. And if you didn't drink, they let you go. If
They
you
smell you,
drank-
so they don't do like a breathalyzer.
A what?
A breathalyzer.
Oh yeah, the breathalyzer. Yeah. But you first, just blow
So
in
first
their
they're
face,
like
and they say,
they
well,
stick
take a breath.
their nose in your mouth, and
Yeah.
they say breathe on my nose.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind of weird,
like that.
kind of
At-
creepy.
At least sometimes.
It's very
And-
like
and
intimate.
usually they let you go if you give a 20 or a 50, something like that.
It sounds intimate though.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
hey,
maybe it's
like,
a
open your mouth. Let me,
it's a cop
let me
thing.
smell what you got going in there.
it's a Mexican cop thing.
Okay,
And,
so sorry, I didn't mean to
it's
cut you
fine,
off.
man.
So they smell in your breath, and now what?
And like either they let you go or they stop you. So of course she asked me, hey young man, have you drank today? And I'm like, no. Of course I was drunk as fuck. And she's like, could you blow? And I'm like, yeah. And I tried to blow to myself, like, and that didn't work. And she's like,
Like you
and-
tried to
and
suck
her-
in.
I remember her face. She was like, "Puta madre," and she was just like, go to the, go to the. Oh, and she got my driver's license.
Yeah,
She got it first, and then she told me go to the shoulder.
that was smart.
And the thing is that she didn't let me go because there were cameras,
Hmm.
like the news were there, and so I got to the shoulder. I
Did
was
you
like,
slide her the 20?
No, I couldn't. There was
Oh,
never a
'cause of the
chance.
cameras.
Like she just told me like that, and then they got my car, they towed it along with many other cars, and they got me in a van with other guys that were stopped as well, just like me, and we were just talking among each other. But I was so drunk, and I just had to pee so bad. Like I had to pee like really, really bad, and they kept me in the van for hours.
Really?
Yeah, they just kept us in the van, and they would bring one after another, and then they drove
No
us.
way.
Yeah, and then they drove us to jail, and we were processed. And in the way that we were processed, it was so cold outside. It was so cold outside, and you were just there. And I wanted to pee, so you have to understand that I wanted to pee for like 3 hours and a half
Yeah.
or something like that after drinking. That's pee that you have to go right there and then.
Really fucking bad.
Dude, I couldn't do anything. We were processed. I spent the night in jail.
That's interesting. Real quick, because while we're,
It was a big
I'd like to show the differences, which there are some.
With the DUI? Here?
Yeah, with the DUI here. Like, when I got pulled over, they asked me to step out of the car.
Yeah.
Asked me if I'd been drinking. This is where I made a mistake. I said, yeah, I did the typical, I had a few hours ago. So I already admitted guilt as it is. But
I'm listening. I'm looking for a picture from there so I can show you a picture, but that's it.
But then they asked me to do the actual like sobriety test, like walk a line. Walk a line.
They actually make you walk?
Oh yeah. Do the touch your nose. I had to stand like perfectly still and with my eyes follow his fingers and shit.
Yeah.
Like do all that stuff, and then he gave me the breathalyzer, which. So after listening to other like DUI lawyers, like everything I did was completely wrong. You never say you had a drink. You never take because you're not forced to take the test or the field sobriety test. You just say no, take me to jail. And then the worst they can get you on is like reckless driving. But whatever, live and learn. I was drunk, I'm not gonna lie, even though it was .01. I blew over the limit, so it is what it is. I had to pay for the consequences. But they didn't make me sit there in a fucking van for hours. Literally, they had like all these cops. Is that?
Yeah, that's
right.
That's the girl I met. Let me show it over here.
Oh, that's the cop?
No. That's
oh, that's the girl you.
Yeah, the girl I met. But we're very, very good friends now.
Yeah,
that's
hot.
her.
Not gonna
hey,
lie.
Lynn, how you doing?
She is very hot.
Remember when I went to jail after I met you? Yeah.
This man went to jail for you.
Yeah.
How are you not with him? I mean, seriously.
I know.
You are hot, though. You are very hot.
Well, she's married now.
Well, I mean, she likes compliments, right?
Yeah, of course. And she is, with all due respect to the guy.
I mean, I was talking about your husband. Your husband is hot. He is really, really hot.
Oh, yeah. He is hot.
So anyway, they had like 20 cop cars there, and everybody that got pulled over, they fucking took straight to jail.
Really?
Like a cop car just took you to jail, and they towed. Obviously, they had tow trucks too, waiting to tow my car. Yeah. So I guess in one sense, it was also better for me than for you because I didn't have to sit on the side of the fucking road in a van. Having to pee. Because, I had to pee really bad.
Oh, man, that's terrible. Yeah.
So let's continue. I want to hear more differences.
So they in the van, they wait for the van to be full in order to go to jail and be processed. And when we're processed, they take all your belongings and stuff like that. No problem there. Somebody makes you sign something, and then they put you in a jail cell. Do you know what the size of the jail cell is? Dude, it's the size of your home. It's huge. And you have literally like 70, 80 people there.
It's like population. That's what we call it. It's population.
Oh, okay. So they put me there, and I was super cold. A lot of people there. Everyone was talking. Some of them were singing. Some of them were laughing, telling jokes. Others were just, like pissed drunk and stuff like that. But we were separate. We were the drunks because there was another cell next to us with a lot of bad people, dude.
Really?
Dude, those were like
gangbangers, like killers, drug dealers, stuff like that.
You could totally see those guys, man. Like he was like, holy shit! Thank God I'm here with the drunks and not with those guys. And
no shit. So
I had one call the next day, and I had Oh, by the way, I was running out of battery on my phone before I got processed in jail. And I was texting my friend everybody was sleeping. And I texted this girl as, hey, this happened to me. Can you text Danny? Danny is my friend over there in Mexico. And I talked to Danny a little bit.
The big guy?
I think. Yeah?
The big guy that this
No. Another friend of mine. And then he picked me up the next morning in jail, which is awesome. He paid a lot of money to get me out of jail.
How much is bail down there?
It was like 11,000 pesos, something like that, which is the equivalent right now to $600 or something like that. I know it's not a lot here. I mean, 600 is a lot, but not for a DUI. But over there, 11,000 pesos is.
I mean,
it's a lot.
Well, you know, my DUI was in 2006, so I'm not sure.
Dude, right now it's like 10 grand here with lawyers.
No, well, the whole process.
The whole process.
I'm talking about just the bail to get out of jail.
Just to get out of jail?
Yeah. See, I got out. I got lucky because I'll catch up to where you are then. So I got put in. I got processed.
You got put in Gen Pop?
Yeah, general population.
Yeah.
God, fucking awful experience, man. It literally was like the worst 12 hours of my life.
Yeah.
Like 12 hours I'll never get back. 12 hours to show me that I never want to do something like that again.
I think it was 8 hours for me, but it made 12 with
it just shows me too that I'm like a giant pussy because if I couldn't handle 12 hours like this, there's no way I'd handle long-term prison sentence. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, you know, they bring me in, they do the fingerprints, take all my shit. And then I get put in this massive room. It was so fucking hot, dude. It was so hot. And, well, I shouldn't say massive room. It was like, I don't want to say like as big as my upstairs, but like a little bit bigger if you combine my dining room, living room, and kitchen together. Like a little bit bigger than that.
How many were there?
Like the same as you, like 100 people at least. Just a fuck ton of people.
Oh, my cell was bigger.
It was like to the point where you couldn't even sit down. Everybody was standing.
Yeah.
Like a few people around the edges were sitting down. And around the edges was just this little concrete ledge to sit on. And right dead smack in the center was a fucking toilet. So people were taking shits.
Yeah.
In the middle, like, of this hot ass room, just right in front of everybody. It was. First off, there's no way. I can't. I'm a shy pooper. I could not fucking shit like that with everybody just watching me, cheering me on.
Was there any toilet paper?
Honestly, I don't recall. I'd assume so. Yeah. I would imagine that there would have to be toilet paper. But God, it was just so awful. And you know, as I'm sobering up, I'm starting to feel worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And like getting more and more hungry, and all I want to do is sleep, and I can't sleep because I'm having to like stand or lean against the wall. And
that's where we were, man. We were on the floor.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't even floor space. Like you couldn't lay down or anything. Yeah. And it was I was so glad. They were like, we need 3 references. We need their phone numbers. I'm like, fuck. I don't remember phone numbers anymore because cell phones. Somehow I remembered like 3 of my old friends' parents' phone numbers from when they lived there at their parents' houses.
The parents' phone.
And so my friend's parents get a call from jail about me asking about my character because this was my first infraction or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Like,
yeah, there's a word for that. I don't remember.
Like my first crime. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like my first ticket here. You're first offender.
Yeah, first offender.
Yeah.
So why are we looking at beds?
Because I put a white screen so it could be on us.
I thought it was because you were making fun of me because I couldn't sleep while I was standing on the.
No, I'm trying to get this bed for later when I go.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a dope ass bed.
Dude, I already had it. I'm gonna buy it again. But anyways, yeah.
So anyway, so they call these people, and these people are like, yeah, Ryan's a fucking great dude. Like he never does anything, and thank God. And then they let me go.
Yeah.
Free, no bond, no bail, no nothing.
They just wanted you to suffer a little bit.
Huh?
They just wanted you to suffer a little bit.
Yeah, for 12 hours. And then
12 hours.
Well, then I had to wait for I had to try to get a hold of somebody and wait for them to come pick me up. Fuck, that was just so. It was awful, and that was just the first part of the whole process.
Oh yeah, that's the first part.
Yeah.
And
so what happened once you got out? Like,
I was there. I spent the night. I don't know how. I don't remember. I don't think I want to remember.
Did you like cuddle up with somebody? Like,
what's up?
Did you like cuddle up with somebody?
Who? No, I didn't call.
I don't know. Maybe you guys are on the floor.
I was a big spoon, man. Jesus.
Like, I'm cold. I'm cold.
I was like, okay, whatever, man. I'll big spoon you.
I'm so cold. Let's warm each other up. Body heat's best.
I know. Like, did you just pee? It's a little warm there. So, my friend picks me up. I go back home. I take a shower. I tell nothing to my mother. I say nothing to her, and about what happened, even though I came there without a car. And then I went to work. I had to work. Oh, it was a Sunday, by the way. It was Saturday to Sunday. And I went to work, and I was just thinking about what just happened. You know, like, fuck. So the next day, Monday, I talk to Eder, my friend, Eder, like the big guy.
Eder.
Yeah,
Eder.
And he doesn't use chochos or steroids and nothing like that.
Yeah.
And
especially not because he's a government worker.
He works in the government. He's not a politician, but he works. He used to work, for example, in this little precinct in one of the neighborhoods. But and
like
he used
a cop?
to take not cop, like management.
I don't know what that means. Like what do you mean by management?
Like an administrator, something like that. And he used to do paperwork and stuff like that. So
for like the governor?
No, for the not for the governor is state, so he does it for the city.
So like the mayor.
Yeah, so stuff like that, and
so he does admin work for the mayor.
I think so. Eder, who do you work for again? So Eder is gonna tell us, and so I call him just because he works in government, just because of that, and I go, hey Eder, this happened. I cannot pick up my car because my driver's license was expired. This is true, and I didn't have any insurance on the car, so. Even if I paid everything, they would not let me get the car because it was not insured.
Yeah.
I had to get an insurance. And I couldn't get an insurance because the car was in the name of my grandmother.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, she had to get it, not me. It's a little different over there because, at least in this particular case. So I told him about it. And after a few calls, he calls me back. And he's like, hey, man, go to this person. It was a female name. Here in the city hall, talk to her, tell her what just happened, use nice words, be very nice to her. You might want to. Was she hot? So I came to the city hall, and at the time that I was supposed to meet her, and she was incredibly hot. This woman working in government, incredibly hot. Do you know who she is?
Do you know who she is?
I have no idea. I don't remember her name. When I saw her, I was actually really shy.
Facebook. Should have friended her on Facebook.
Man.
Got her number.
I didn't think of anything. Like she looked super busy. She looked like she just had 1 minute to give me. Like she was like pressuring me, like, and when I got to her, like, of course I got to her office and the secretary made me wait for like 30 minutes and then I got to see her and I was like, holy shit, like, she's super hot. And then she's like, okay, by the way, she was nice but strict, like, okay, all right, so why are you here? What happened? And I'm like, well, this happened. And of course I was actually, making it look nice.
Yeah.
Like I told her, I wasn't even that drunk. I didn't even drink that much. Of course I was like, fucking drunk. And she's like, well.
How long was this after you got arrested?
Like 2 or 3 days. It was immediate.
Oh, wow.
No. It was right away. It was right away.
Holy
so
shit.
It was like maybe 2 days later. And then she says, look, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you know, but I'm going to help you. And I'm going to make a call and you're going to see this man. So it turns out that he is the head of Tránsito Monterrey. He used to be in 2006. I don't remember his name.
This was in 2006 also?
No. Did I say that? 2016.
Yeah. Oh.
No, 2016.
I was like, damn, we both went through this at the same year.
I screwed up. So he was like the head, the biggest guy there is in the Monterrey cops, like the biggest guy.
Yeah, like he's super buff, just the biggest guy.
Yeah, like, and she told me like, go talk to him, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I went to these offices, which are Tránsito Monterrey. Like people in Monterrey are gonna know what it is, but it's like the city hall, the building that knows about infractions of traffic and all that and DUIs.
Yeah.
So I went there, and when I got there, the people that receive you and stuff like that, they're like, "Who are you seeing?" And I'm like, "This man." And they're like, "Are you seeing this man?" Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, just wait a little bit. Go upstairs and 4th floor, whatever, whatnot. I don't know. And I went there, and turns out I didn't know who this guy was still. Like, I still didn't know he was the head of everybody. And as I was waiting there, they get me into the office, and the office is huge, like bigger than this beautiful space that you have over here. Way bigger, way bigger.
Yeah.
Just the office. And he had this guy with military outfit,
like
uniform.
Protecting him?
No, maybe not military active, but like a commander, some shit like that, like a suit with a lot of medals, and he was talking to him about something, and he said, "Okay, I'll talk to you later, all right? I'll talk to you later. Let me get this guy." And I was like super nervous. I was like, "Holy shit, like this is the guy." And by the way,
wow.
I gotta go back a little bit. My friend told me, "Holy shit, this woman took you to him? Make sure to give him a gift. Bring something. Bring a very, very nice bottle of whiskey, of something. Like, you have to spend a lot of money on a bottle for him as as gratitude."
I guess it's better than spending a lot of money on a fucking lawyer.
When I went there, I didn't get the bottle, not yet. And when I didn't have the money, I really didn't. So I went there, and he gets me there. He's like, yeah, to the commander. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Let me talk to this guy. And he's like, "Hi, what's your name again?" And I'm like, "Esteban." He's like, "Oh, please have a seat." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." "So what happened, Esteban?" And I'm like, and I'm just sitting, like, feeling like tiny. And I'm like, "Well, this and this and this and this happened, and I cannot get the car because this and this." And I told him, and I'm really, really sorry about this whole situation that I got to you, but you're the one that can help me. And he's like, "Sure, of course, don't worry about it." So, all right. So he gets another note, like a post-it. He gets a post-it. "All right, take this downstairs, pay the fine, and you'll get the car, okay? All right."
That easy. That's it.
Just like
that easy.
And he's like, yeah, just go. And I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And then I tell him, "Thank you so much, really." And by the way I was saying thank you so much, there was already someone with him already, like, he's busy. And I told him, "Hey, please, let me come back tomorrow, and I want to bring you something to show you my gratitude. Like, I really, like, I have a bottle. I have a very nice bottle at home, and I would really, like to bring it to you so you can have with your family, with your friends." I was just, I was making it nice. And he's like, no, of course not. "What do you mean? No, you don't have to bring nothing. I'm just doing my job. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it turns out that I did go there to pay the fine, and I did get the car. And then I went to Eder, to my friend. I'm like, "Dude, this happened." And he says, "You got to go back, man. You got to bring the bottle." And I'm like, "I can." He said, "No."
I mean, yeah, no, fuck that. He said no politely. Like,
you don't want him
you
to
don't
be
want to
like,
fuck with me, boy.
I
can write this, and you can go to jail, or you can get your car. What do you want?
Or like in front of his office or something like that. I was like, "No, man, I'm just gonna leave it like that." And that's it. I never ever drank again and drive. And,
I was like,
no, not right now.
You're definitely.
I never
drinking
drank again
right
and drive. That was it.
So you didn't bring him anything?
Yeah.
You didn't bring him anything?
No, I didn't, because he said no,
Get
and I
outta
didn't
here.
want to push it. I didn't want to push
dude,
it.
I wouldn't have fucked with that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tránsito de Monterrey. I'm sorry.
I would not have fucked with that.
I know, but the thing is that everything went just as fine, and I think Eder did not know who we was putting me in contact with. Like, because when he took me to that girl, he said something about that girl owing him something. Like he made a favor to him earlier. But this girl was like really, really high up. And because she couldn't help me, she told me to go to the higher guy up. And I got the car and I got everything. And that was because I went to Eder. Like, wow. I just went to Eder. Hey, what do I do, man? I don't have my car. This happened. and it was like really, really cool. Thank you, buddy. You got me, man.
Man. So, yeah.
That was crazy. It was 2016.
I wish, yeah. Wish something like that would have happened to me. I mean, it was. Oh, man. So, for me, well, I was able to get my car virtually the next day out of impound. Yeah. Which was good. But my actual DUI court case or trial or whatever you call it was not for like almost a year after I got arrested, which I guess was good in the sense that I was able to do like all. So I went and got this lawyer. I don't remember how I got this lawyer. Somebody referred me to him. He was like a judge. He was like a retired judge and was just doing law like part-time for fun. He still charged me a good bit of money. But luckily, since Appalachian Tree Service, I am the owner of... Sponsor. Since I'm the owner of Appalachian, he needed a lot of tree work done. So we just bartered his law for the tree work, which I kind of felt like was bullshit in a sense because I did like $6,000 worth of tree work for him, which he virtually, I'm not going to say like the lawyers didn't do anything, but he basically heard my case and was like, well, you already admitted guilt. So the best case now is you need to go do your MAD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving course. You need to do your DUI course.
MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving?
Yep. It's big here.
Sorry,
like
moms.
Big. It's all like moms have lost children from a DUI, like
that's what I thought.
Well, not necessarily like their kids were the ones driving, but their kids were driving and a DUI guy or girl or whoever hit them and killed them. So you have MAD, had my DUI school. Then I had, he was like, do your 40 hours community service, because if you wait till you're booked, then they're going to tell you where you have to do it. Right now you have the option to do it. I think I did something. I thought I did something else. Anyway, I basically did like all the shit before court.
Yeah.
Because I had a year. So essentially all this guy basically did for me was tell me to go do that shit first. And then when we got there, he was just like, well, he's guilty. We want to take a plea. So I guess maybe that's what he did, negotiate the plea deal. So then I still had to do a year of probation. I lost my license for 6 months.
There was no Uber back then.
No. But at least I got a work permit to drive.
So you were driving.
Well, yeah, I was driving.
Oh. Yeah, it's something in your eyes.
I was driving for work literally 24 hours a day. Every time I left, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing this estimate while I'm out driving, because I was only technically allowed to drive for work.
Yeah.
So I had all that, and then had like a $3,000 fine. All in all, it cost me roughly 10 grand because the MAD was expensive. The DUI school was expensive. And then I had to do, the lawyer, if you look at how much I bartered out for the tree work, then my fine. But then I also had to do, it was really stupid. It was like AA, but it wasn't AA. And
Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah, but it wasn't Alcoholics Anonymous. It was like a government program. I was talking to my probation officer about it. I was like, why do I have to do this? Like, this was back when I was still racing motocross. I was like, I go 6 months to a year without drinking, depending on the racing season. She's like, honestly, it's a way for the government to make money. Because every time I went was $50.
You had to pay it?
I had to pay it right there on the spot,
wow.
$50.
50
And
bucks.
it was 20 fucking classes. 20.
That's $1,000.
Yeah. It was stupid. And it was nothing, dude. It was a complete waste of my time.
Yeah.
But luckily, my it's really funny, man. My probation officer, she was cool.
We both have our bureaucracy
Yeah.
different.
Oh, dude, totally. Yeah. Totally, dude. DUIs, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say that is bullshit because it kills a lot of people.
Yeah, it's wrong.
But
it's wrong, definitely wrong.
It is also a lot of bullshit in the fact of, or the sense of that they use it to milk it for all that it's worth to get as much out of you as possible, financially, etc. So, but it was funny because I became like really good friends with my probation officer, like really good friends. Afterwards, we stayed in touch. She was super cool. Yeah, it was just silver linings, right? Remember I was talking about that earlier? Silver linings.
Right.
Every bad situation, if you look, you'll find good that comes out of it.
Well, take a look at us right now.
Yeah. Right?
The pandemic.
We're in coronavirus. I got my coronavirus beard.
Man,
you got your coronavirus hair.
I know.
And we're sitting here fucking doing a podcast.
And
we actually got our cameras for the podcast during coronavirus.
The cameras were sent from Mexico. Thanks to Rojo, our friend.
Rojo. See, I can do Rojo. I can't do
Rojo.
What's the other name?
He sounds like one of the three amigos.
Edra.
Eder. You're way off, man.
Eder.
He's not kidding, by the way.
Eder.
He's not kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm no offense. Because when I come down to visit Esteban, don't come beat my ass. I legit can't pronounce your name. I'm going to just call you Ed.
I was actually I wasn't surprised tonight, but I was surprised at how quickly you were able to say my last names because we call each other by our last names.
Quintanilla, I've always known. That was literally how I met you, was Quintanilla. It wasn't Esteban.
No, and I was surprised at how many people got that right, but not Esteban. But anyways, that's another story.
Esteban. I feel like Esteban, it takes more to pronounce than Quintanilla.
Esteban.
Because it's like you're labeling Esteban.
I've never seen
versus
it that way.
Quintanilla.
I've never seen it that way. And I wanted to emphasize, come back to the DUI. So the DUI, when I said like, yeah, it's about $10,000, you finish your story, but yeah, it was about $10,000. That's crazy. $10,000 in the U.S. if you drink and drive, and you don't.
No, that was 2006.
That was 2006.
That was like a slap on the wrist compared to what it is now.
That's just crazy.
So I did 40 hours of community service. Apparently now you have to do like 240. Like it's like quadrupled. Yeah. Like I guess because the fatalities from DUIs have gotten so much worse and more intense. Yeah. Which is stupid because we have fucking Uber now. If I had Uber back then, I never would have gotten a DUI. But back then, taxis were like $70 to get from Buckhead to Atlanta, and you had to wait like 4 hours because they were always booked out.
I haven't checked the numbers, but when I was driving Uber and stuff, some passengers would tell me, "Oh yeah, Uber is great because now the DUIs are going down and stuff like that." I never checked the numbers myself. I didn't care. I was just there for the fucking money, obviously. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was there to make a change in the world. But not really. Like I was just. But people would tell me like, "Oh yeah, the numbers are going down," and
I would imagine they gotta be.
They should be.
I would. I mean, I don't see how they couldn't. But I do know that the penalty is a fucking shit ton worse. It is so much more severe.
No, it's terrible.
Just from people that I've met that have had a DUI recently. Yeah. Like I said, I did 40 hours community service. They're mandatory 240. Oh man. That's just like one thing. So, I mean, it's so much worse. And then again, we have Uber. So there's no reason to. right? You can, especially if you're out with your buddies, you can share that fucking ride.
And yeah, man, you can share it. And to all the people that use Uber and Lyft, and in Mexico, yeah, they use Cabify as well.
Uber and Lyft's not a sponsor, but they should send us money for this.
Yeah,
Plug.
they actually are a no, they're not a sponsor. And however, to all the people that use it, just don't get super drunk, because when I would get people, I would avoid working nights on the weekends just to avoid the drunk crowd.
That makes
even
sense.
Even though that you think that there's more money on weekends and stuff like that,
You got
there
to
is
deal
more
with
money.
people throwing up in your car and shit.
Yeah, I never had that issue. I did have people. I did have to stop the car in the middle of the road and have people puke on the side of the road. And
I've had, dude. I was one of those people, man. I can't lie. At least 3 times coming home from concerts, because there's no excuse. But I go to a concert and I drink a lot and I have a lot of fun.
But
on that ride home.
But you're nice because you tip. I know that.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. Like whenever you get the drunk crowd and stuff like that, and if they tip, like, dude, I'll take you anywhere. I'll take care of you because you're taking care of me, and I'll make sure that you're safe. It's not that you're gonna stop, like from getting someone there safe if they don't tip. That's not the case. But when they don't tip, you just have this like sour aftertaste.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Like I had to deal with you and your girlfriend. Like you couldn't even get up and.
But see that's what I was saying. Like coming home, like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Pull over. He pulls over and I get out, throw up. Like I will never, unless I'm like literally passed out, I'm not gonna throw up in somebody's car.
Yeah.
That's so disgusting,
dude.
And that's one thing. Like I couldn't imagine how Uber drivers do that, man. Dealing with that would make me want to throw up.
Yeah.
If I'm driving in a car and I hear and smell somebody fucking throwing up,
I didn't drive weekend nights.
I would be furious too.
It never happened to me, but I never drove weekend nights. And a couple of things that I heard, like a couple of times that, when they puked out of the car, always the drunk person would be, roll the window down. And I'm like, no, dude, we're not rolling anything down. We're going to stop.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to throw up outside the window just to get in my car. Like fucking.
I always
vomited on.
Well, no. I think do you think that's because they want to throw up out the window? Because I've heard people say like, can you roll the window down? I need air. Like makes them feel better. However,
if I'm not mistaken, the air helps you puke. Like it helps you. I think that's like an urban legend. I remember from when I was in Monterrey. It's like, yeah, if you get a lot of air, you will want to, throw up. And other thing is that when they say roll the window down, if it's not for the air, they would say it, I want to throw up, roll the window down. And I'm like, no, that's not happening. Because if they said I want some air, I would be like, yeah, man, roll the window down.
The last thing you want is them fucking throwing up, spraying that shit all down the side of your car, and it's going to be and then going back inside the car. And
the smell, no.
Yeah.
Thank God nothing like that ever happened in my car. In the different cars that I drove, nothing, thank God. And I know I'm talking about, the drunks and all that, but it was pretty cool. All the Uber experience, it was pretty cool. I never had. Well,
I mean, I think the best part about it is just meeting people, man. One thing I love about Uber is I meet people literally from all over the world. Well, and I love just hearing their life. I mean, I'm sure that they get so bored talking about it. I'm sure everybody asks them the same fucking questions, but I just love hearing over and over and over and over about their different life stories and what brought them to America and where they're from and what their life is from in that country. Like just everything, the culture, just everything. I love learning about it. And it also makes me want to but go visit their country. I'm like, man, that sounds fucking cool. I want to go,
When when I started like doing it, that was actually the when I started doing it, that was actually the coolest thing about talking to all these different people. There's a lot of people that don't want to talk, and that's fine, and there's a lot of people that want to talk, and that's fine too. You just have to read the passenger. But it was really cool. That to talking to people because like I think this is a story for another episode, but this is why I'm here actually with Strachey right now because of an Uber passenger, like from a long time ago, really.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's a good point.
Literally, that, yeah. And
not me, I wasn't the passenger, but
yeah, it's funny. No, one of the few times that I took an Uber ride with you, you made the girl actually step out of the car.
What?
Yeah. When we went to the concert
that was the Kill Switch Engage.
And
Parkway Drive.
Strachey actually made the girl step out of her car because she was all the way to the front on her seat. Like, she was pushed all the way to the front to make us comfortable. So her seat was like this, and she was driving with her fucking
steering wheel right up in her fucking titties.
On her fucking tits and fucking neck. And you were like, "You have no legs." She's like, "What?"
I forgot about that.
I remember that she was like, "What?" Like, she didn't even say yes, I do, or no. She's like, yeah, you have no legs. And we just started from there. We talked about a lot of stuff in the car, like really cool. It was a very nice conversation. And at the end,
I forgot about that.
Get out of the car.
Yeah,
I want to see your legs.
That was hilarious.
Get out of the car.
That was on the way down, wasn't it?
It was on the way down.
We hadn't even drank yet. Like, that was before the concert. We might have had like one beer. And
we were drinking a beer and a bang.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We banged. Oh.
I don't know if there's bang in Mexico, but it's like a monster drink, like an energy drink.
Yeah, like a natural Monster. It's, supposedly doesn't have all the sugar and bullshit.
Like it's actually more powerful than bang.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? More powerful than bang?
As in more energy than
bang
the
or Monster? Which one?
The bang
has more than Monster.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Yeah. I 100% agree. And what's great and not great, I guess, at the same time, is that it's quote unquote natural without sugar and shit.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of creatine and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does. It's got
but
creatine.
I remember that I was so tired, and I had already drank one bang.
Yeah.
And now I'm drinking a second bang. And remember, I got such bad heartburn that night. It was awful.
Wow, you drank two, man. I would drink a half just for the soccer game.
By the way, Bang is not a sponsor, but they owe us money.
Bang, drink Bang, and Bud Light. Bud Light, if you're seeing this, here's an opportunity right here.
Yeah.
Tacos and crackers.
Sponsor
Mexican-American fusion.
What else does it say? It says,
grand opening.
Grand opening, that's right.
This is our grand over opening. Here.
Yeah.
If anybody can read it, that's good.
That's our new motto right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I forgot about that. That concert was fun.
Yeah, that was
And I forgot she was so cool. She got out. I was like, holy shit.
You do have legs.
Yeah. She gave me a hug. We had a good time.
I have no idea how you made a driver step out of her car. I have
Dude,
no idea.
I've made drivers do all kinds of crazy shit.
I don't want to hear about it.
Not that I made them, but just convinced them, I guess.
That's even creepier.
I mean, it's just have good dialogue, good fun conversations, and and give them challenges.
I had no doubt about that.
Give them challenges.
No,
I mean yeah, God, that concert was great, right? Both bands were incredible. The ride down was fun.
It was fucking great.
The Waffle House after was great.
Yeah.
The ride back was great.
Oh, yeah. We went to Waffle House.
Yeah.
You made me talk about Trump, something I don't never want to talk about.
I didn't make you.
You didn't make me. You just asked me. What was I supposed to do?
I was just asking your opinion because we're on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So I like to hear your opinion as a Mexican American.
We went somewhere else, didn't we? Like to another bar?
Oh, yeah. We went to
another bar. And
what's that? It's a Irish pub.
It was in downtown.
Yeah, Irish pub.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was. It's a really famous one that we got here in Georgia. Fido's, yeah.
Fido's.
We went to Fido's. That's right. Because I was looking for this chick that kept telling me to come meet her down there. Yeah. She worked in my physical therapy office as a intern. Yeah. When I was going through rehab on my shoulder, and she was super cool. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm a bartender down here. Come see me. Come have drinks. Blah blah blah." But I went down there fucking 3 times. How many times did I see her? 0. I'm like, obviously this chick never works here. Everybody knew her, so I know that she actually worked there. Yeah. But she never actually worked there, if that makes sense. Like she was an employee there, yeah. But she never ever was there working. But no, you know those 2 dudes that we met at the concert. Yeah, I've become really good friends with. I hang out with them.
The one that got escorted by the police at the end?
Yeah. That did happen. But I become really good friends with them, and I go ride my dirt bike with them.
No fucking way.
Yeah, we go ride dirt bikes all the time.
Man, that's crazy because what Ryan is
They gave me business. I got business from them. Like
you got business?
Yeah.
Man. So what Brian is saying is that when we were at this heavy metal concert. Well, it's not heavy metal. It's more like...
No, that was like soft jazz.
Dude.
Kill Switch Engage is like really soft jazz.
It's very heavy metal. So, everybody's head banging and stuff like that. And then Strachey and I just having a beers. And I don't know how we got to talk to
Well, I was in the bathroom pissing.
Yeah. First the black-haired guy. We were in the bathroom.
Yeah, Thatcher. Thatcher walked up to me and he's like...
They were measuring dicks.
Yeah, we're like... pissing, and I was like, dude, that's a nice class ring. What year is that? And he's like, no, but he's like, I had my KTM hat on, and he had a Fox hat on.
Oh, right.
I was like,
the racing thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh, dude, you ride? He's like, yeah, fuck. And we just started talking, and then telling me how he was in the military and was deployed overseas, and telling me these crazy stories. I don't even know how we got on these stories, and we just clicked, right? Yeah. Just started talking, and then
when we went back,
then we went and we met up with Daniel.
Yeah.
And we all
blonde guy.
Yeah, and we all just rocked out for a while. And then when Parkway Drive came on, they went right into the mosh pit. And you and I kind of stayed back because we're old. And then
but by then we had already bought each other beers. Like, you got a round for all of us. I got around for all of us, and they got around for all of us.
Yeah, so we were feeling pretty good at that point.
And then they went to the mosh pit.
Yeah, so they go to the mosh pit, and we actually went to go get another round.
Yeah, definitely.
And so
we drank a lot of that.
When we came in, we were like, well, where did they go? We're like, oh, well, I guess we'll never see them again. And as we're walking in, we see Thatcher getting fucking dragged out by the cops with his fucking arms behind him.
He was just like this. He was walking by.
He's like, hey, what's up? He's like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm getting thrown out. Like, so nonchalant about it.
Man, that was like out of a movie, man, out of a sitcom. And I was like, isn't this the guy I was telling you? Isn't he?
Yeah, and then somehow at the end, all 4 of us reconnected.
Yeah.
And that's when I got their digits. I was like, yo, dude, I don't want to sound like a fag or nothing, but give me them digits. And yeah, we've been riding dirt bikes ever since.
Man, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
Maybe next Sunday, if I have the opportunity to go there, man.
You mean
this Sunday?
Technically tomorrow, because it's already fucking 2 a.m.
It's 2 in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
That'd be great, man. Sunday, tomorrow, come riding with me.
That'd be great. I'll bring my gear.
Sure. I mean, you can put it on and stand there. You're not riding my bike.
I could.
Have you ridden?
Not yet.
Then you're not riding my bike.
Not yet.
I mean, I've been wanting to get like a little trainer bike because I got so many friends that want to learn how to ride.
You want to put me in a trainer bike?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck no. I want the big one, man.
Dude,
like
you're not. You touch that throttle and you're going to fucking run right into a car. That thing is so fast.
Yeah. I do believe that. I have done it with a scooter. Like
Scooter is like 1 horsepower.
I literally did that. What you just said with a scooter in Cancun. This was back in late 2000s with my friend Luis and his family. I used to live in Cancun. So we were going camping to Tulum. And before going camping to Tulum, which is like an hour away, 2 hours away, we were going to the corner store just to get some beer or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, Esteban, you can ride the scooter." And I'm like, "Yeah, great." I literally hopped in. I thought I was going, and I couldn't stop. And like maybe 10 feet from me, I hit the what's it called?
The curb?
Like the concrete
Curb?
Yeah, the curb. Right
Curb.
there and then. And I fucked up my, like, I got a big gash here, like, and stuff like that. And I fell.
Yeah. So
everybody was laughing.
you're not riding my bike.
I went to camping to Tulum with a big gash.
You know how
crashed a scooter.
You know how little power a moped has compared to my bike? That is like 1 horsepower, and it's an automatic transmission.
It was automatic. It was just it was a little button.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, you didn't even try to grab the brake.
That says a lot about me. I can do a lot with little.
But you didn't try to grab the brake.
I don't think I.
You're like every girl I've ever tried to get to ride.
Well,
it's the same weird thing. I can't figure it out. They get going. I'm like, okay, here's your brake.
Just hit the brakes.
Let go of the gas. First off, you got to let go of the gas, because if you don't let go of the gas, but you try to grab the brake, front end's just going to tuck right out from under you.
Oh yeah, I know that.
But here's what they do, and then it takes off, and then they freak, and they just go, just hold it pinned. Don't let go. If you let go, you're fine. If you grab the brake, you're fine. No, just pinned right into a fucking car or a fence. One of those two every time, without fail.
Without fail.
Without fail. I mean, I shouldn't say without fail, because now that I'm a coach, I do dirt bike safety instruction.
Oh yeah.
Much more controlled environment, much tamer bikes. Very, very good lesson plan on how to learn versus me just trying to wing it on trying to teach people. Like now, if I teach people, it's night and day difference. Before, it was a shit show. Yeah. I mean, it's still a shit show, but it's a controlled shit show versus versus just like chaos, So I'm going to teach you, I promise. I want to get a trainer bike that I can train people on, which is not, it's basically what I train people on at the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, just smaller bikes, smaller CCs, more controllable power, more predictable power.
Yeah.
It's just safer for everybody and the equipment.
Yeah. For your equipment.
I'm not really concerned about anybody. I'm more concerned about the equipment.
No, I know that, man. How do you think we should end this, man? Never ended one.
I thought about that. I really don't know. I was trying to think like as we were talking, because I was like, man, it's getting late and I'm getting kind of tired.
I feel like when I was being processed in the DUI, I was like, needed to pee.
Oh yeah. Next time what I'll do is I'll get like a tube with a gallon jug.
So we can just pee.
You stick your dick in the tube,
right,
and have it on the floor in the gallon jug, and you just sit here, and if you need to go, you just go.
I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think about it because I don't want to get my assistant to do it by itself. That works, man. That works for me, man. So, man, I just wanted to thank our sponsors. Thank you, Rally, the cigarettes Rally.
Rally.
From
What?
Montana. Was it Montana cigarettes? Marlboro. No.
Did you smoke tonight?
No. I mean, cigar. Yeah.
That wasn't. We smoked an Olivia.
That cigar.
We smoked an
later.
Olivia cigar.
We'll take our sponsors later.
Yeah. We're working on our sponsor still. Appalachian Tree Service.
Appalachian Tree Services.
Yeah. Service, not services.
Appalachian Tree Services.
Not services. Service.
Nice talking to you, man.
Yeah. It's a fun night. Awesome night.
Love you, man.
Love you too. So much fun. Thanks for coming. So glad that we got this podcast finally up and going. Tacos and crackers. Mexican American fusion coming at you live.
Cool.
All right. I guess not live anymore.
Look for us on HBO.
Peace.